is the main product that CrossRef offers, and I would say that it's become a gold standard. So could you tell us a bit more about the DOI and how it works?
The fact that publishers came to CrossRef, it sort of founded CrossRef to provide unique identifiers and to provide the DOIs to facilitate linking in a persistent way. But even the fact that I think we looked a couple of years ago and we found that within 6 years about 60% of URLs that were being cited in references were no longer valid. So for example, the names of countries change, the names of publishers change, they merge, and the names of journals change as well. So being able to control that in a consistent way, it is impossible. So people could start to see the merit of the DOI. I know that there is a degree of, I guess, trust inferred in the DOI, and I guess that's taken from the fact that whenever you see a publication and it has DOIs, there's an assumption that that's citable. And there's also the idea that the publisher is then committing to maintain that information, and it will sit somewhere. But really, the DOI is just about persistent linking. It's not about article quality or the standard of a particular publication, but it does facilitate linking. So the way that it works is whenever a publisher joins CrossRef, we give them a prefix. So the start of the DOI, the 10.5555 bit at the start of the process, and we give them access to our systems so that they can deposit those DOIs, and that involves giving us the bibliographic metadata for an article, so the author names, the title of the article, the publication, dates, and then additional information like funding information if they want to. And that sits in our database. It's able to be queried by external parties like libraries, researchers, but then that information can be updated at any time by the publisher. So it can be, if that content moves to a different location, they come to us and they can replace the section that shows the URL and where it sits. And then any other publisher linking using that DOI would automatically get redirected to it in its new location. So that's how the persistent linking part of the process works. And publishers who join CrossRef agree to link out to other publishers' content using the DOI. So it's sort of setting up a citation linking network that should be persistent. We keep the article metadata, so even if things go wrong, we still have the information on the article. And the other thing that we do with our members is we encourage them to set up plans for long-term archiving, so that even if things, even if say the publication folds, then there would still be a backup, and other works referencing that work would still be able to link to it. Researchers would be able to follow that chain of thought or that thread of research.